Rant about it. Hey guys, Mark here. Welcome back to another episode of Rant About It, the show where I pick a subject and go on a rant about it. It's pretty self-explanatory title, really. Today's episode is a little different because rather than talking about something that affects me personally and probably has nothing to do with anyone else, in fact, I have fair confidence that some of you viewers might actually be able to get quite a vivid idea of what I'm talking about, basically. Particularly more so if you travel a lot, you go abroad a lot, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. If you go on holiday and you go to any major city, and I mean any major city, you're gonna get a bunch of people like this. Ah yes, the classic unlicensed street salesman. For those of you who never travel and have no idea what I'm going on about, let me give you a bit of context here. So you're just out on your own or with friends just kind of meandering around the place, right? Maybe you're doing a bit of shopping or sightseeing a famous landmark like, I don't know, the Roman Colosseum perhaps. Then this random guy comes up to you out of nowhere and he's trying to sell this useless product basically that you have no interest in. You say no and he backs off and just lets you carry on with your day. But then you run into another one, same thing applies, then another one, and then another one, and then another one. You see where I'm going with this? Now there's a couple issues I have with these salesmen which I feel everyone thinks but is not willing to say to the actual person themselves. And hell, most of the time even I don't say it to them. Now I get the basic concept. Most of these people are probably in a bad economical situation. They've just grabbed this product which is easy to get hold of loads of and they're trying to sell them off to people to make a bit of profit. Which I guess, down on paper, is perfectly fine, right? But it's executed in a way that makes you hate these types of people. Not only are they on every fucking block or everywhere you step or see, but the product they're actually selling you is never anything that you actually want or has any kind of practicality of any sort. Some of them will try to sell you like a selfie stick, or some annoying toy that makes an irritating sound, or some fucking piece of cloth that you have no idea what you're supposed to do with. Now luckily in most cases, if these people come up to you and you say no, they'll just get the message and bugger right off. But there are some other cases where it's not quite that simple. Some of them are a bit more desperate and will follow you for quite a few minutes until you finally change your mind. Others will be selling particular products like flowers and shove them right in your face so there's no chance of you not noticing them. And then we have the cases where you do show interest in the product that they're selling. I'll give you an example. During my holiday to Rome, there are quite a few people selling these little portable phone chargers, which is basically a little battery pack that you can plug into your phone so you can charge it while you're out of the house and while you're taking pictures of something like, I don't know, the Vatican. Now, unlike all the other useless shit everyone else is selling, this is actually something practical, so I thought, yeah, alright, I'll buy this from him. So obviously you ask him just how much it is, and then they try and charge you something ridiculous. In my case, it was 20 euros, which bear in mind is not that much less than British pounds. Obviously the price is absurd, and I have no interest in this or spending that much money on something which I could easily find on Amazon. So I tell them I'm not interested and I go try and do something else basically. But if you show a tiny bit of interest in what they're selling, they get desperate. They'll follow you, they'll offer to lower the price, they'll do anything in their power to make you change your mind. Fortunately in my case I did manage to get a bit lucky and managed to convince him to half the price basically, so I got it for 10 euros, which is a lot more reasonable. That is probably what it would be charged in like a normal store. But there are some cases where these people get quite aggressive and really desperate for you to buy their useless crap. Like I've said, some of them like get right up in your face so it's impossible to not notice them, and some of them will follow you for whole minutes until you change your mind. It's not just that, but another thing to note is that most of the time all of these people will be selling the exact same things. You come across one of these selling a selfie stick, and the next 5 or 6 of them will also be selling selfie sticks and will probably try the same if not worse tactics. And in some thankfully incredibly rare circumstances, this can get even more dark and fucked up. Basically this will consist of a group of 2 or 3 people. Thankfully I've never had this experience and I don't intend to ever have it, ever. You're carrying something valuable on you, so immediately one of these people tries to get your attention. It's like, excuse me, would you like to buy this product? It's a very good product. Yes, you buy. And of course that immediately grabs your attention, and unfortunately for you, you've fallen into the trap and it actually looks like a decent product, and you show a bit of interest, immediately turning your attention to this asshole. But what you don't know is this person is actually just distracting you, so that the other people in his group can actually steal what valuable items you already have on you. Now, it's incredibly unlikely that this event will occur if you do come across these types of people, but just keep that in mind. My advice for something like that is whenever you go abroad, I always have like a bum bag, or if you're in America, a fanny pack. That way your items are secure and are always in your line of sight. Now, because me and my family travel basically annually, sometimes twice a year, we've actually come up with a few kind of little tips and tricks to try and avoid these types of people. By which I mean just the general population of street salesmen, not the people that try and fucking rob you. The first is to avoid eye contact. Make it blindingly obvious that you are not interested in anything they have to sell you. Another is to pretend you don't speak their language. This can be a bit tricky for people who aren't familiar with this tactic, as most of these salesmen will speak English. And I'm highly certain that basically all of my viewers also speak English. So try and just make up some words that sound like they belong to some foreign language. My recommendation for a fake foreign word is this example by good old YouTuber Filthy Frank. Final tactic, this is one I've thought of just now, and we've never actually tried this, and hopefully I don't ever have to try this. But if you're in a group of 3 or 4 people, try and, I don't know, look intimidating, like, I don't know, some sort of gang or some shit. So that way these people are too intimidated to try the shit with you, in case you happen to be some sort of ruffians and give them a beatdown if they try anything. I don't know, it's a little far-fetched, but I'm trying to help you out here, right? It's not my fault I suck at it. But yeah, if you ever come across anyone, really, that looks like they might be one of these people that they're carrying around a load of fucking selfie sticks and just going around to people looking like they're trying to engage in forced conversation, just avoid them as much as you can, really. And if you're genuinely curious about what they're actually selling, try and be sly about it and don't actually let them catch you looking at it, because then you'll almost certainly attract their attention and they'll try and swarm you. So that's all I really have to say regarding this topic. So thank you guys so much for watching the video. I hope you guys enjoyed, and if you did, please leave a like to show me that you did. But also do not hesitate to leave a dislike, because then I am aware that this was an unpleasurable viewing experience for you and you weren't entirely satisfied, so I know to tweak with the format to make it more enjoyable for yourself. If you want to show support to the channel in another way besides likes, leave a comment suggesting a video idea, or subscribe to the channel for more content. Also, do be sure to follow me on Twitter @SquareGB, and I will see you guys in the next video. Goodbye.